Struggling to connect with fans and boost music sales? Meet Uru Uru, the ultimate tool for independent musicians. Are you tired of hauling merchandise and dealing with complex platforms? Uru Uru is here to transform concerts into immediate sales opportunities. With its simple QR code feature, fans can instantly purchase music as they enjoy the performance. No hassle, no delay, just pure connection and support. Discover how easy it is to share and sell music directly. Available now on the App Store and Google Play. Empower your music journey with Uru Uru and watch the magic happen.
Hey everybody, this is John from Rising Sun Music. I'm here with the beautiful DanaAtaya, known as Dr. Donna.
Because I'm actually a real doctor.
Yeah, she's a doctor. You hear that music? So anyway, watch out, she'll bring out the scalp. Okay. So
no, I'm not that kind of doctor.
No, I know. Yeah. So tell me about your medical background before we talk about music, so people know why they call you Dr. Donna.
Yes, of course. So I am a subspecialized breast radiologist, which is the kind of doctor that finds breast cancer on mammograms, ultrasounds, MRIs, and diagnoses breast cancer with biopsies. And so I am a proceduralist. I rarely use a scalpel, but I'm not a surgeon. But I am the type of doctor that finds breast cancer.
Here a little bit.
I know.
Okay.
John can't help him.
I can't help. I gotta be aware. I'll twist something into something else.
Yeah, but I love what I do. I love what I do, and I love the women that I care for. And
women must love you. You got to be a hero.
I love them.
Yeah.
I love them. And a lot of that love shows up in the music that I've been writing, as you know, because we've been working together for a couple years now. And the first time I came in to Rising Sun Studios was to produce a song called Stage 4 Needs More. And it was about stage 4 breast cancer patients. And it was inspired by several of my patients.
Beautiful song too.
Yeah, but that was what brought me in. I had written this song and I felt very called to bring it to life. And that was the first time you and I worked together.
That's right. And it's been a lot more stuff since then. And one thing I'd like to say to everybody is that she has an amazing ability to write. She's, I think she's in a part of her life where the music is just flowing. Am I right about that? I mean, because, we did a setup. She hired me to help her, put together her studio at home because she's a doctor. It's hard for her to be here all the time. And I made a rare exception for those, so nobody try this, okay? It was only for her.
Except now you're advertising it.
No, whatever. It's okay. I'll tell them it's only for Dr. Donna. That's it, right? But because I like working with the customer, she understands why. Because, especially her, she's very, she knows what she wants. So sometimes she tells me, go ahead and do your thing. And I go, okay. And then, she'll go, let's change this, let's change that. But that's normal, though. That's part of, of composing, collaborating. You have to be, there's got to be that give and take, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So it's very interesting because when she puts it in her mind, she becomes, like this writing machine.
Mm-hmm.
And, you should call it WM.
I know. John teases me all the time. He was like, instead of MD, I'm going to call you WM, writing machine.
Yeah.
But to your point, though, we had worked together, I want to at least 2.5, 3 years before we moved.
It's amazing how fast it went by, right?
Yeah, but truly, I don't think we could have done what we're doing now at the onset, right? So the only way would be able to set something up, record stuff independently at home, and then send it to you without me being in studio. I mean, that workflow was only made possible because of the incredible number of hours and collaborative experiences that you and I had making the music initially, so that we became very comfortable and had a really a good wealth of understanding of like, oh, okay, yes, this is, Dana likes it like this. I know what John's
Mm,
going to be able to do here. We have a very clear communication style. So
mm.
I think without that, we wouldn't have this workflow where I could work stuff at home and then send it to you.
But I also like to mention too, it's been a learning process too.
Absolutely.
Because what happened was you said, okay, how can we do this remotely, which would make sense,
Yeah.
right? So to be a little bit effortless, not completely effortless.
Yes.
But so what happens? She bought the same program I have, Cubase, and she's using that. And you know, for those who don't know, she plays piano and she plays guitar among other instruments, right? And she's virtually, I say that, she's well diverse in rhythms. She understands, you know, she got a good concept of feel. So what we did was we tried our best, especially with the keyboards, to have the same virtual instruments.
Yes.
So this way, when she did it, she goes, okay, I really like this sound. I don't have to change it. I don't have to look for a new sound, which could be another, I don't want to say nightmare, but it could be, you know, an
Well,
endless.
it's a time commitment, right?
Well, and it's not.
Yeah.
It's like there's thousands of sounds. Like, you know.
Thousands.
So
I've gone down the rabbit hole
I don't know, the
of
thousands
sounds like 5 hours later. You reemerge
Yeah, you're going like
after looking through the thousands of virtual instruments and
going
sounds.
around it like a. You know, so she already
So true.
sends me the sounds already. So like, okay, that's easy.
Yeah.
All I got to do is EQ and, you know, put some compression, whatever, or not, depending on how you want it. But it's been a labor of love too, because, you know, sometimes she'll you know, when you learn this stuff at the beginning, you kind of get it, and then you go, I forgot how to do this, and she'll call me up and we'll do FaceTime and.
Absolutely.
How do you do this again? You know, like
we call it a virtual consultation.
Right, exactly. Thank God for FaceTime, right? And then it's funny because, you know, I never mentioned this to anybody, but you know how it is when you're doing the FaceTime.
Yeah.
And I go, can you like keep your hands steady?
Yeah, exactly.
You're going like this.
Yeah, no, you're trying to anchor it there. John, right. Do you see that?
Yeah, exactly. So, but anyway, that's all to go to show you that it's also beyond just talent and writing. You know, there's some technical things that we had to accomplish, and I think we got it now. She's a powerful singer, so that's hard sometimes for somebody who's never recorded on their own before to understand levels, right? And I told her back off the microphone a little bit, and most people would, you know, because
so now I'm standing all the way at the back of the room.
I believe it. No, I know people that do that. I'll be honest with you. I know a lady, I brought her here one time years ago. Her pipes were so loud that she literally was in the back of the room. And and it was like I couldn't, you know what I mean? But so she has that. She does that. She has projection.
I don't know that I told you the story, but you know, now that I have my setup at home, my family will hear me as I'm recording, and of course, you know, you've got your headphones on. You know, the remainder of the music cannot be heard unless you have headphones on.
Right.
So my family is like, what's going on in there? There are these occasional outbursts of, whoop! You know, and then quiet, and then.
That's funny, right? So they're gonna be doing like, whoa, what's going on here, right? You know?
Yeah. Exactly.
But that's the same thing, you know, when I'm like, Sasha goes, come in here before to bring me coffee, right? And I'm like mixing your music, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm like this, you know, like with the headphones on. She goes, wait, John's song. Like, because I'm in another world, you know what I mean?
It really is.
So, but this is you know, it is a labor of love. And, you know, we don't want to talk about any of the music because this is a secret for now, right? But I will say to you, it's some amazing songwriting. And I'm very proud of it and being a part of it. And was there something you would like to say about how you feel about your music and what your goals are?
You know, music to me, John, has always been a language. It's always been a way to connect with ourselves, deeply within ourselves, and to connect with others. And that's what this music is about. I mean, all the music that I write is really trying to process
Mhm.
what's inside here so that I can connect with
Yeah,
the others around me.
I
And
want.
yeah,
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I
no,
wanted
not
to
at all.
ask you. You made me think
No,
about something that this
no,
would be good for the young people to
yeah.
understand. You said something to me at your house when I was, giving you a lesson, right? And you said people
Hmm.
don't realize it. This is a lot of work and a lot of there's a financial thing that goes into it too.
Oh, absolutely. It's a
So like you
financial
remember what
commitment.
you were talking about?
Yeah.
And you said I feel
Yes.
sorry for the youth because they don't understand how deep this goes. Can you like elaborate a little bit on
You
that?
mean like the just the investment component
Right.
of it? Well, no, I remember that because I just remember being filled with so much gratitude that I have an opportunity to afford this equipment, right?
Right.
And purchase it and be able to work with it. And I'm filled with so much gratitude that I'm able to do that. And I think, but the really cool thing is that I haven't always been able to afford it, right? I
Right, of
remember
course. I mean, me
being
too.
like a poor college kid,
I
or,
remember I had a
like even
broken
in
guitar at the
medical school,
beginning.
I'm like
Yeah.
living on loans. But I still made music at that time,
Right.
and you find ways to do it. So I'm a very firm believer that if you have a will, there is always a way. That's what's carried me through just the
Mhm.
different trials. That has been my journey, and I know each of us has as well, right? We all have
Mhm.
had trials along our journey, and personally, that persistence, that perseverance, and that will is what carries you through. And I think when you love music, when it is your language, the language that you speak, you will do whatever it is that's necessary to be able to produce it, because it's not even
Exactly.
a choice anymore, right? But of course, having the financial capability to purchase the equipment and make it so that it's just easier to produce this music, I am intensely grateful for. But it's enabled me to produce way more music in a very short period of time. And
You couldn't do
that's
that before.
no, I couldn't. And that was why we ended up transitioning to this phase, because it was like,
Yeah.
I'm working during the day. I have a family, I have a kiddo, like I have a kiddo that I'm taking care of. So when am I going to produce this music that is I just keep getting downloads of music, right? I'm just pulling out my phone and making little voice notes like, oh, here's another song, here's another song. And so the thing that works so
And she does
beautifully,
do that.
I can't help
She's
it.
not just saying
They
it.
just start. I just have all these downloads.
I can show you my email for one day. Okay?
John's gonna. John needs to take a vacation from my emails.
You
He'll
want
text me and say, "I'm taking a day off."
I did the other day. So no,
Hey,
but
John,
actually,
what's up?
it wasn't a day off. It was like there was somebody was rehearsing, but when they finished,
That's his day off.
I was like tired, and I said I can't, because that's another thing too. When you do this, you have to be in the zone, right? Don't you feel that way? Or you think you're in
Oh,
the zone all the time?
I'm in the zone all the time.
Yeah, I
I'm
see.
in the zone all the time because honestly, even at my job at work, to be able to be with somebody where it's never about me and it's always about them in that moment,
Right.
I'm in the zone. Because then I feel that when I'm in the zone definitely when I'm making music and when I'm writing it, but I'm also in the zone when I'm caring for somebody as a
Oh,
physician.
of
Yeah.
course. I mean,
Yeah.
and it's interesting because when I say in the zone, and there's something about this, people,
Yeah.
there's some friends that are always like concerned about me. They say, you need to like take some time off. You know what I mean? Because I can't help it. I just, once I walk in this room, I'm on.
Yeah.
But if I'm outside of the room and I have to think about it,
Yeah.
there'll be one moment where I'm saying, you know what, you haven't rested in so long. And I'll lie down in the bed and it'll be like, and then I get up and I walk in the studio again. And that's now I got, at least a companion like Rocky sometimes with me. He likes it. he'll sit here, and so it'll keep me company. And but it's music is it where it can get you tired. Let's put it that way.
Well, and I
Easily.
think especially the components, and I don't know if this is true for you.
Mhm.
I'm just going to share what's
Everybody's
been true,
different,
what's
right?
been true for me, right? Because everybody's different. So the creative aspect of the musical process is very energizing for me.
Right.
So like when I get a download, right, whatever it is, that song, and I start writing it, and I'm recording it, and I'm
Hours go by,
singing
you
it.
don't even realize.
I don't even realize it now. But editing, right, and doing the tasks that require a lot of editing and minutia.
Mhm.
If I do that for several hours, then absolutely that's
Yeah, well,
that's a
because
bit
it
draining.
kind of
You
weird.
need to take a break, and then your ears also, after a time, you've been listening to
You
music.
can't hear anymore.
You need to take a break and actually
Yeah.
give your ears some love with some
Oh,
silence.
I want to say something.
Yeah,
Because
you gotta
now
protect your ears.
I've been saying this to a lot of the young customers that are coming in, even the guys that are, touring and stuff. You have to be careful with these in-ear monitors, the ones that go inside your ear. I've been hearing a lot of people talking about they're going, they go deaf, and they don't give themselves a break. You can put that thing in your ear, and it's like going inside. They actually make them custom made.
Yeah.
And so I've been noticing that's been popping up, but that's another conversation.
Well, you want to know, and I'm not an ENT doctor,
right?
So, but I will say this: I think if you notice that, oh, wait a second, I'm not able, like someone's saying, oh, you didn't hear that, or you're
Right.
noticing, an impact on your ears, go get your hearing tested. You can go to an ENT doctor and get a hearing test.
Right.
Yeah.
It's important.
Yeah.
And my hearing has been dulled, during the years, because when I was back in the 70s and the 80s, rock was loud and bigger was better. You all guys who know what I'm talking about. I had the two 15-inch speakers, dual Showman cabinet with a 2x12 twin reverb, and it was cranked. And I regret those days now. but that's the way it was back then. And now it's great because it's portable.
Yes.
With the smaller the better. If they can make it small where you can fit it in the palm of your hand, people would buy it. You know what I mean? But anyway, this is I just wanted to share with you Dr. Donna's experience in the studio, what we've been doing lately. I can't say much more than she's an amazing singer, she's an amazing artist, and I wish to continue working with her in the future. And I hope we're working on something, but let's not say nothing, right? Something's coming, and we will share it with you soon. And if you don't mind me saying, Dr. Donna's I have this app that she's worked with me on, and she's going to be putting the music on that, right? So
Yes.
we'll be sharing the
Yes.
QR code pretty soon. And then this way you'll be able to purchase her music.
Well, and I have to say, I think Uro Uro is such an incredible, beautiful, and timely concept.
Thank
and I
you.
know that this is something that you conceptually have been working on for so many years, John. And it's finally, after effort and time and investment, just come to fruition. And I think for so many of us, for so many of us who have observed the music industry and have also seen and observed even like the artistic journeys of known artists who wish for more autonomy, who have struggled to own their own music, right? And be the primary driver. This is what this app is doing. This is what it was born out of, like your true desire to see an artist be able to
self-sustain
and actually own their art without any middlemen.
Right.
And we see this concept
That's incredibly
throughout.
important.
It really is. And we see this concept really across industries. I mean, I see it in medicine too, right? Is that just take out all these middlemen, Take out all these middlemen.
That's another road right there.
I'm sorry, I know. You're like, wait, hold on. The interview's over, Dr. Dana.
No, it's okay.
No,
it's
but
okay.
for real, I think that people want that so badly. That's what we all want. We want just direct truth, direct, like just, and the direct, you know, to be able to, to just be able to represent our own music,
right,
and have the music be self-sustaining. And
well, the concept,
that's what's beautiful about it.
The concept about it is that, you know, years ago, I had a website, was a digital distribution site, and we had the slogan, it was called Enhancing Our Musical Economy. And I haven't stopped believing in that. And sometimes some people would joke with me, you know how musicians are, they go like, what, are you running for president or something like that? I go, no, it's not that. I just believe that, you know, in music, I'm her, you know, engineer, co-writer, whatever you want to call it, collaborator, whatever the word is, right? Producer. She's the writer. When she has to go out to do a show, she has to buy clothes, right? Mm-hmm. So what does that mean? Okay, she's going to do a show tomorrow night. She went out and bought a $500 dress, whatever, right? Because it's
I don't own a $500.
No, I know, but I'm just go along with this, okay?
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Anyway,
I'm going along.
No, but what I meant was it doesn't matter, or you got to buy a new guitar. Right? Because you're going to do this special thing, right? Yeah. And that costs money. Yeah. And you know, you got to pay for a copyright. Yeah. It's $65 right now, by the way. You know. No,
it's so expensive to do music. Yeah. It really is. Yeah.
So by you being able to do this, you'll be able to sell, the person buys it at your shows, or you can just send it to their, you know, online, email, texting, and the money goes straight to you. Because we made sure that would happen. We don't want to be the person to pay you out, so there's no doubts. You know, take all that middleman stuff out of the way, and then the music gets sent straight to the customer. I mean, how more, right? They get an email, and there's a bunch of links, and then you can do as many songs as you want to. Well, there's a limit when you first start off. 1 is for free, 12 for $39.90. 24 for $59.90, and then unlimited for $99, you know, plus a tip jar and all that stuff. So I created this thing so it would help, you know, people with their cost. I mean, I run a studio. I got cost also, right? I mean, I got to buy equipment. I've always got to be upgrading all the time. It's not free, you know, sometimes it's hard. But anyway, I don't want to go too much in that. Now I sound like a commercial, you know what I mean? But who I'm advertising is this lady right here. She is amazing. You got to hear her music. Stay tuned. Text me, email me, and I will make sure that you will get the release when it's coming out. How about that?
We're excited about it.
So now, will you join me on this journey? And let's go down the sound funnel to look for sounds. See ya, people. Bye. We love you.
Ever feel disconnected from fans despite giving your all at performances? Enter Uru Uru, the game changer for independent musicians struggling with complex platforms or lugging around merch to concerts. Uru Uru simplifies everything. Imagine turning concerts into instant sales opportunities with just a QR code. Fans get to experience music and support on the spot, no hassle, no delay, just pure connection. Sharing and selling music becomes as effortless as putting on a show. Say goodbye to the headache and hello to seamless performances. Discover the power of Uru Uru, available on the App Store now. Ready to amplify your music career? Try it today.